Hey, folks, it is your master of disaster, big old rhythm beat blaster, the man without the plan. You can call me Steve, but don't call me Stan. Slightly slanted sleuth coming at you from the garden of truth. So, hey, how you be? You be with me? We be three. Check this out. Without a doubt, we'll know what this world's all about. Knock, knock. What up? What up? How are you folks doing? Hi, Michelle. I'm going to do it to you guys right off the bat right away. I'm going to do it to you guys right off the bat right away. I'm going to do it to you guys right off the bat right away. I'm going to do it to you guys right off the bat right away. I'm going to do it to you guys right off the bat right away. Isn't that quite odd? Not only the product, but a seed indeed. Scotty boy, what's up? The echo, you know what I was doing there, right? MCF, you're smart as a whip. I know you get my drift. Not only the product, but a seed indeed. Can you follow that Seuss-like rhyme? What up? Anna Banana, how you doing, sweetheart? We got Matt Mosteller into his house. Glad you guys could join. And, I hope I can shed some light or some gnosis your way. Maybe you'll grab, maybe you'll stay. I don't know. But the title is quite a synchronicity, if you will, as far as what I was going to do this about. I go into these live streams just feeling I don't know, a urge or a need or a want, a desire, and that is the seed indeed, because a farmer can sow seeds all day long, but if them seeds aren't sown in the right ground, they will not grow. And if the seeds thou are sowing aren't the seeds worth knowing, then what do you think in your garden will be growing? I don't know. Sorry if I'm annoying. Sad. That's sad. But the whole... Here, I'm going to do this again to you. But the whole... Here, I'm going to do this again to you. But the whole... Here, I'm going to do this again to you. But the whole... That is the expression of the creation, creating within the creation. Or the creation creating within the creation is a better way to say it. You know what I mean? So, that in which we are is that in which we be. Meaning that we are the chicken, we are the egg. That is why that analogy or that idiom has been presented to us since the beginning of time. Seriously. What is the most obvious in your face nonsense is turning out to be, upon further scrutiny, the very thing in which we should be looking into on a deeper, more metaphysical, alchemical level. Not only are we the product, but the seed indeed. The way I spelt indeed and separated it is precisely that. The act of living in the indifferent, resource enriched, egoistic man cave we call it our earth, this existence, this consumer or creatures of consumption world we live in. within that world, what's up, Maxie? What's up, John? Within that world is the means in which the whole works is recreated. Okay. Now I'm not going to go too far off on a limb for fear of that our olive branch breaking in half on us and us becoming separated by a level of understanding. Not saying that mine is any better than yours may be better than mine. My meaning in what I just said is that there is a disconnect when people cannot understand directly at the moment for what they are being shown or read that they're reading. And my point with that is that the Bible is unreadable to the carnal mind, to the physical who we are. The Bible, we look at it as rife with just simple harebrained nonsense and whatever, because it's not of our, it's not under our cognitive ability as a finite creature to understand what it's really about. Okay. Now, that being said, in the words that we use daily are the answers to the most pertinent questions that we ask ourselves daily. Like this, I'll show you guys. We go here to etymology, right? What was I just talking about? We're talking about, okay, now you see all the words that start with OR. Either, else, otherwise, an alternative or substitute. Element making nouns, quality, state, or condition. And then our, or our, or, you know what I mean? And it's just crazy. Now, in the word origin, ancestry, race, right? A rise, commencement, beginning, source, descent, lineage, birth, from stem, oriri, arise, rise, get up, appear above the horizon, become visible, be born, be descended. Why does it keep saying descended? Receive life, figuratively, come forth, take origin, proceed, start, rivers, rumors. From Harry, to rise, to arise, lift, raise, to set in motion, move. Okay? Now, we are creatures of movement. We are creatures of the original ancestry race because we come from that in which the origination stems from. Ancestry race, right? That's where our origins are. Okay? Originator. Let's see what that says. An initiator, a creator. One who begins or originates. Agent, noun, in Latin form from originate. Okay, now you see ORI can be in the middle of words too. And I don't know where abort and aboriginal come from in this whole thing, but I'm not going to go off on that tangent at the moment. But what I'm getting at here is that we originate. You know where we originate. You know what I'm going to say, right? Everybody here knows what I'm going to say. Yes, golden iron. Yes. Everybody here, am I an Orionaholic? I don't know. Am I? Maybe so. But maybe it's the thing in which that is the most obvious to us that's been there the whole time. So identifiable as from the human eye or the human psyche or perspective that we know that we're connected to it. Because we originate from the original spot in Orion. I think that's, and I'm saying our solar system does, because if you look at the trajectory of the Barnard's loop, which emanates from the center of the center of the center, because you have, okay, now first and foremost, this is an inner, outer, inner type existence. Need I go back to this example? Example. 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 Orion. 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 You see what I mean? That is the creation, or that is the, yeah, that is the creation within the creation, being self-aware of the creation it's creating within the creation. I knew I'd finally understand it, and I finally do. That is what the whole viewing your own recording with the thing you're recording the recording with, that's the self-awareness of it. And that whole cognate or whole connection. What's up, Aaron, my brother from another mother? How goes it, buddy? Oh, it's buffering? Sorry. I can't really... Oh, by the way, I have, I'm going to go to library here. And where is her? This lady right here. She's going to be on my show. I'm going to be interviewing her.
Today I wanted to consider with you all that's being said in the spiritual realms, the spiritual world of twin flame world, about the fifth dimension and ascension. There's a lot of people talking about it, talking about we're entering into the fifth dimension, we're ascending, and so forth. And
now I'm interviewing her because I believe she is the third person now that I've come across that has been enlightened. Yes, Orion, yes. That is the, yes. But I mean, in the, within the words, the center of the center of the center. But I mean, I wanted to tell you guys that now she's the third one that I've met or come across that I know is enlightened or seen the light. They may not tell exactly the same story, but if you pay attention to it and you connect the dots, like you could connect all of the dots of, this is one of the best videos I've ever watched on YouTube. Right here, and I'll put it as a backdrop, and hopefully I don't get a strike for it. But what I'm talking about here is the stories and the connections and you connect the dots of all of the ancient cultures around the world. What was said? What did Maxie say? I have recently, though we are creatures living on creatures inside a creature. Right. That's funny. We are hosts for a multitude of species. Yes, it's exactly what it is. I agree totally. Yes, and all you do is ponder these things, and it comes to you. What's up, Paula? Good old what's her name? What's up, Paula? She changes her name fast more than I change my socks. And that's daily. No, I'm just kidding. Really heavy the last few days. What, you mean your energy or whatever? Is that what you're talking about, Scotty? You're who you are and where you are at the time. What's this link for, Danny, before I post it? I'm not going to post a link blindly. You got to explain what it is. I'm not going to just click on it. Does anybody realize that on your mobile apps now, on This fractional thing. Oh, okay, yeah. The fractional thing. Okay, now Scotty boy, that's part of the learning of the the fractalized nature of the universe and everything. Yes, we are being called home. That is exactly what's happening. That's the reconciliation of what our true self is, our true higher self, the one, you know, the one, the only. By who though, Danny? Because there's certain YouTubers that they see their stuff on somebody else's channel, they'll just automatically call you on it, and you'll get a strike for it. And I'm not monetized, so what's up, Mother Nature? I think of it as a Russian doll inside a Russian doll that eats itself. You mean that in a good way? I mean, you mean that in a good way? Yes, exactly. Right, Aaron. That's what I'm trying to explain here. Are you using D-Recorder for live? It won't let me go live from it anymore. Yes, I'm using it. Yep. All call me. Right. Exactly. I'm doing pretty good. How have you been doing? I've lost a few in my life lately, but that's taught me a lesson that without that loss, I would never know what loss is, and I wouldn't know what the whole death thing is about, because that was one of my last hurdles to overcome in this lifetime. I think not to be pungent or nothing, or dropping dimes, and trying to rhymes, but it's just that it's all a lesson, right? I mean, we all get it that are here, I'm sure. Yeah, no need to. I'm still breathing and farting, so you don't have to give me any condolences. And I'm not sad about that. The alignment is coming to fruition perfectly. Everything is happening archetypically as expected. Yes, I agree with that, Aaron. I was going to touch on that, and I'm glad. It's so synchronistic that you come and say that, because that's precisely what's going on. The things in our environment are screaming for reconciliation. I mean, everything has to be fixed, and that means within us first. And people are steering. What's up, Zoopet? It is part of, yes, and that's who Danny's here. Where's Danny? Oh, Danny's Carlick. Sorry, I thought I was looking. I was all excited thinking Danny D was in the house. I talked to her the other day, or didn't talk to her, but seen her on my channel, and she said she'd be popping in and out. But yeah, what was I getting at here? Yeah, more people are steering in these directions that we've been so avidly discussing lately. War markets crashing, the whole box and dice lies being uncovered, absolutely to a T. Hey, speaking on that, Aaron, have you heard about? Do you follow Max Egan? You guys do know what the scarab is about, right? What the scarab beetle is about? You know why they always have scarabs in their funerary? What are the markets at? I don't even watch that. I don't even. I don't stay current with any affairs like that. I just I go with whatever finds me, and I'm serious about that. Because if it's pertinent, I believe it will find me. Now, I don't know why I think that I'm entitled to that. But they've been saying that forever, Aaron. Haven't they? I've been hearing that for over 3 years now. That the markets are on the verge of collapse. Doesn't a guy on the mainstream media make a living off of doing... Scarab has many meanings. It happens to the best of us. What are we talking about? You follow the markets and everything? Right. Means home, and the scarab is the same. Scarab has many meanings. It happens to the best of us. Scarab is the recreation. Yes. Yeah, right there at the same time. Booyah. It's the recreation of right out of the shit. And you could think of it as this life or this body as being the shit of creation soup, and we're born from it. As spirit, or reunited with our ineffable self, which is the one, the only, the troubadour of more, the God of God, the one. I'm just trying to be a little stupid, but pimping that shit, yeah. Yeah, I got some new drumsticks. If you guys hadn't seen that video, that drumming video, I thought those were pretty sweet. I had to share those with you, like on the drum set. It was pretty cool. It's also where the well of souls are or go. Yes, we are. That's kind of so. Yeah, we're shit meat suits. That's exactly what it is. Now, but I mean, you can consider it either way. I quite enjoy breathing and farting, and I think I enjoy the hero's journey of this whole experience. And that being said, this whole experience can be misconstrued as all against you or all for you. And but I mean, it's never gonna be total bliss in a physical denotative sense, because when we in the indifferent creation expect nothing but inspiration and aspirations being fulfilled, then what kind of music do you what kind of music do you do, Mother Nature? But I mean, that's the whole scarab down, the dung beetle or whatever, right? Is that what a scarab is? Is a dung beetle? Isn't that what it is? Right? It's the one that rolls around the balls of shit, right? Yes, right. So it rolls around the sphere of shit, ball of shit, right? To be so now, getting back to this whole fractal within a fractal thing, this fractalized nature in needing to go home, right? Dung, not ding. I know. I be live so. Yes, it's kind of funny. Yes, the craziest of thoughts usually natural disaster. Nice, natural disaster. But the eye within the triangle is a representation of yeah, well, that's because the sun is reborn every morning. That's why I say, I repeat the knowledge beset upon me that the sun is our psyche as it travels through the sky, just like our soul or our psyche travels through life. What has four legs, then two legs, and then three legs. That's the baby born on all four. That's the man at its pinnacle, man or woman at its pinnacle, standing on two, and the three at the end of the journey when they have a cane, right? The eye in the triangle, seeing that all is archetypical. Yes, the sun is what contains our history. You could say this. I agree. Yep, the sun reborn every morning. Right, exactly. That's the alchemical understanding of what we are. That you're right. A ball of shit, a big graveyard, and that's what. That's because I made that analogy of here. We're gonna do this again. I don't know why I'm gonna do it again to you guys, but I'll make it quick. Yep, you know what I'm gonna do. You know I'm gonna pull through. You know I'm gonna say, hey, look my way. You know I'm gonna hit the owl. 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 That is what is represented when we do this. Infinite fractal within a fractal within a fractal. Now, get this. The words are swords, correct? They cut you. Double-edged. They can be indifferent and they can be the guiding, right? Yes. And how do we do that? How do we do that? What you just said right there, Danny. How do we do that? How do we do that? But have you ever realized that the seven in this recently on Discovery Channel, seven worlds, one planet. That was the name of their new thing. 7 worlds, one planet. That's funny here. You've had too much acid. Ain't that a hell of a feeling, dude? Ain't that a hell of a feeling? It's just crazy, huh? Like I've had too much acid. I can only tell you one time I've had too much acid, and that was when I was blacked out for 8 hours playing pool by myself, talking to somebody the whole time, and people were watching, dude. I mean, I had an audience on the staircase watching me play pool, talking to somebody that wasn't there. It's 9:37 here, but yeah, 7 worlds, one planet. Yeah, okay. Now 7 worlds, one planet. They're pointing out the fact that 7 seas, 7 continents, 7 root races, right? 7 visual spectrum, 7 audible tones, right? Audible frequencies or levels of frequency or octaves, right? Is it 7 or is it 8? I may be wrong there, but 7. There's 7 chakras. There's 7 days a week. You know, it's the profound and the profound and poignant slap in the nads that our reality does on us on a daily basis, if you're paying attention, is beyond words. Nice, right? The secret of life, though, is to fall 7 times and to get up 8 times. Correct. There you go. And that's pretty much essentially what the solfeggio scale is telling us. Correct. 5 plus 2 equals 7. Earth, water, wind, fire, spirit, positive, negative, material, creation, 7. Well, 7 also is the 7 hermetic principles, or archetypes, or conception. But it's the loop, the physical loop, the vibratory. It's the mentalism, which is, I'm not even going to say it yet, and the correspondence, the as above, so below principle. So what happens there is going to happen there. It's the repetitive occurrence of the fractal within a fractal, the magnetism, the magnitude. Okay, then it's what? Vibration, which is the light in the darkness, correct? Which comes from the first act, mentalism, right? So that's the vibration. Then what happens? Order ensues through the polarization, the tensor strengths, or the vectors and whatnot of the vibration that is in the chaotic soup, or the microwave background, or the ether. Okay, that's the manipulation of the model, or the field that we reside in, that actually is incumbent upon the very thing it produces. The seed and the tree of life are one and the same. They unify. This is the unifier, guys. 7 positive and negative attributes to each archetype. 7 base archetypes. Wow. Yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I like turtles. Hi, Pete Turtle. Pete Turtles. Am I turtly enough for your turtle club? No, I'm not working tonight. It's not raining. Or snowing. You know, that night when I was plowing, it turned into we're more than frequency. Turned into rain mostly, and it was frozen roads everywhere here. It was pretty dangerous, and I was out driving like a freaking maniac. But yeah, we are frequency, but I think we're the marriage of frequency. Okay, I look at it like this now. There's Shiva and Shakti. You know, there's the male principle, the female principle. You know, and you can encompass all of those two polarities. You know, that's the polarity. Let me finish this of the archetypes, right? And there's 7 aspects within those. But the number 3 is another one that is profound in its ponderings, because you see that within the 3, there's 3 and 3 within that 3. The trifold are thrice great, right? But the 7, the polarity, then ensues after the vibration. But what comes after polarity? The rhythm of the give and the take, the back and the forth, the tensor, the vector, you know, the positive, the negative, the male, the female. Then what's formed out of that is the animal kingdom, the cause and effect of that reaction or that interaction, of the order from which was born from the chaos. You know, I'm looking at this, I'm trying to explain this in a the way I see it type mindset. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if you can follow it, but this is how, you know, so the rhythm is the mineral, the planet stage. You know, that's where the rhythm of the polarities. The rhythm is gonna get you. The rhythm is gonna get you. Right? And it gets you cause and effect. Because from the mineral comes the animal. And then what? Gender. Generation. Regeneration. The seed. The preserver, the creator, the destroyer, the holy trinity. The sun in the sky. The path of the sun in the sky. You could think of the silver and gold as the polarity as well. You know, the keys to heaven. The heart, the mind. You know, we could go on and on. 7 layers of heart muscle. Did you know that, guys? 7 layers of heart muscle. Huh? So we, by definition, are the pinnacle of the pineal resurrection. We are the ones without direction that are supposed to save this God-forsaken insurrection. We are the ones that need to fill the seed indeed. The seed indeed is the good deed will do. The will comes from me, it comes from my heart, and it comes from you. We are the tree of life we are. We need to be within and not look afar. There are people that do, there are people that won't, but I'm going to tell you. Let's not forget the old 7-layer bean dip. Right, Scotty? Right. 7-layer bean dip. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Yes, we stand on the shoulders of giants before us. 3 times a lady. Once. Twice. Right. Would you like to do an interview with me tonight? Sure. I don't care. Yeah, if you want to. Definitely. Definitely. I don't have to talk, right? No, I'm just kidding. I've got kind of a cold, but yeah, that'd be sweet. You know, when I try to force or propagate this information, and I do it endlessly, you guys, I endlessly post links for the reading I do, for the steering I'm being steered by, because I just go by the seat of my pants daily. I don't have a plan for anything as far as research goes. And when I have time, you know, I'll really dive in, and that's, I've had time lately. Other than bowling, that's all I'm doing. That and plowing snow, and that's only been a couple times here because it's been raining in Minnesota in the middle of freaking winter. You know, you know what I'm saying? So I've only been in the the uh, the search for what is the truth. You know, for 5 years, 4 years. The sun is changing. It's more than that, Mother Nature. It's the reason why they are throwing aluminum phosphates or whatever the hell metals they're putting in our environment is to inhibit or to help reduce the interaction of the neutrino and whatever particle is in the ionosphere that strips that causes the neutrino to be changed, or the neutrino changes and it causes some sort of stripped down electron particle to inundate us more than usual. This is what the weak force is. The weak force is caused by the neutrino. The neutrino is called this because it is a neutral particle. Now, you introduce nothing but neutral to a dipole situation, it's going to do some adverse effects depending on where it affects, on what part of the earth it affects. Right now, I believe it's at critical state where it's heating the planet from the inside out. Why do you do this to me, Paula? I can't do this. I can't. You do it to me all the time. We are the body of Christ, and we are only temple being rebuilt in our last days before we die, so that we don't die. Yeah, right. Sorry, I didn't read your comment. You must have commented on the live stream, did you? I apologize if I didn't read it. Well, I'm going to go back and look now. I'm sorry. Sorry, honey. We are the body of Christ, and we are the only temple being rebuilt in our last days. Right. And yes, that's exactly it. You know. Now I got just when I get on a thought and then somebody now I forgot where I was, and I'm not kidding there. It's element 151, isn't it? I think, or 115, yeah, something like that. And that's why the aluminum is being there. Yes, that right. You're right about that, P Turtle. You're right about that. You're totally right about that. Death, therefore, the most awful of evils, is nothing to us, seeing that when we are death, it is not come, and when death is come, we are not. That's very nice. Epicurus, that's awesome. There is no death, just perception. People see change as death, but it is just transmutation. Yes, in a nutshell, I agree with that. But we could scream that off the rooftops all day long, and it's not going to tell people anything different than they've heard before, And that's where I started really diving into the whole mystery of us, And that's it. And things grab me, like the viewing your own live stream while you're doing the live stream thing. And that's grabbed me since day one. And people that have followed this channel and been here and then listened to my diatribe or my nonsense, my blabberings, my nonsense, my blabberings, my nonsense, my blabberings, my nonsense, my blabberings, my nonsense. That right there, in and of itself, has spoke to me in more ways than anybody could ever explain any death and reincarnation cycle to me. And I don't know why, but that is just me. And I think that's how every time people try to force this, this is what I was talking about, trying to share this knowledge of, because we feel like it's the most important thing in the world, because that it is. Yet the treadmill The treadmill of life has got us so focused on feeding ourselves because we are the bottomless pit. There is no end to our need. There is no end to our desire as far as the food and whatever. Yes. Yeah, you have been around for quite a while, Mother Nature, and I appreciate that because people are scared of death. People run and look away, but that's the point of death, right? And I think that's the point of midlife crises, and I think that's the true. I really never jumped on the Sun Simulator bandwagon. I got close to it, but I was on the Nibiru. And the odd thing about that, Mother Nature, is Nibiru is actually the same thing. Wow, hospice care is quite. Wow, you're an angel. You're an angel, Danny. I mean, if you're taking care of hospice patients, or were you in hospice care? Obviously, you weren't because you wouldn't be here, right? You know, and Nibiru is actually, you know, the place of the crossing. It's not a planet of the crossing. It could be, I suppose, but not in the true definition of it on cuneiform.org. You know, Sitchin was a bookseller, and people that are caught up in, right, people that are caught up in, yes, it is something different. It is so, and I'm not saying that it isn't a planet, okay? Not for me it isn't. Not anymore it isn't. For me it is totally something different. I thought I saw it too, John. Love is just not just physical. Yeah, Danny, you're a caregiver, right, for 11 years in the hospice? Our ability to adapt is amazing. Our ability to change isn't quite as spectacular. Lisa Lutz. Yeah, very good. That's an awesome quote. You and I are part of the same pie. I mean, and yeah, you're an angel. I mean, if you can comfort people at their time of ultimate un un. It, let me ask you this, Danny. Do they all look at you with the same eyes, Danny? I mean, this is one thing I've realized. I put my dog down, looked at me with the same eyes as my dad when it was their moment. Have you ever seen that? Experienced that? It's more of a feeling than it is a look. But yes, John, Nibiru has a multi-level of understanding like most things. Everything, not most things, everything has a layer upon layer upon layer, just like, you know, and it's probably 7 layers if all things would fit in that conjunction, right? I mean, or is it 8 days a week? I love you, right? Sorry for that ad-libbing of 2006 to 2017. Then you got sick and had to quit. But you've experienced them same eyes from people. Yeah. But yeah. Now I don't know where my. But did you answer my question, Danny? Yes. Stick with the sticks. Yeah. No shit. Yeah, that was Paula. King Xenomorph. White owls are cool. White owls are the bringer of gnosis. Are the ones that are the omen of Nomen. And Nomen actually means name. You know, Nomen is the logos, or the word of the bird, if you will. You know, it's not incumbent upon knowledge. It's not incumbent upon a pill. It's incumbent upon God, and it's incumbent incumbent upon you and your relationship with him on the hill, or she on the hill, or we on the hill, because we are one from the one. There is no other way. White owl is very sacred in Hawaii. Realize that everything connects to everything else. Yes, Leon, yep. Mommy nature, nice. Nice. Yes, yes, and I think in the Norse culture, it was a pretty big deal too, right? Well, I'm not gonna. I don't want to. I started hearing two owls around my house probably last winter, right in the middle of last winter. I think the owl is the Christ. If Christ were here, there is one thing he would not be: a Christian. Yeah, I don't. I'm not gonna belittle any faith, because the faith of is so misunderstood by the carnal mind that I can't pass judgment, because judgment is nigh. Judgment is just a big kick of dirt in our eye. If we say one is wrong and another is right, who am I to tell you where to fight? I'm not nobody but myself, and myself only me. I'm the one that can see within who I be. There is no other from another, not even my mother, that can tell me what I see or what I believe or can be. There is not anything else in this world that I want most for all of us to join back together as one host. There is a time and a place, I say, for us to gather and say, hooray, there they be a place. I heard Navajo and Cherokee legend, even as a solid rock is unshaken by the wind, so are the wise unshaken by praise or blame. Correct. Right. Yet I'm not gonna, because I had the very same ponderings about Christian and religion. You know, the Bible is the Bible. The Bible is truth 100,000% over. The Bible is a book, or a Bible for eyes that just, if you have blind faith, or not blind faith, but faith over reason, and you have faith in the Word, even if you gather the meaning, even if you ponder or understand the meaning of the words, even if you're misunderstanding them words, as long as your heart is in the right place, while those words are inundating your face, while those words are hitting your eyes, while those words are flying by in your mind, and you're cognitively reading them, even if you're seeing them in a carnal nature or a physical mindset, then and your mind and your heart are in the right place, and the good, or the goodwill of, because in my opinion, that's what God is. The ineffable is the goodwill of love incumbent upon us all. Because if God wasn't, what would be the point in subjecting us, itself, its fractalized self, to the indifferent creation, or the bad, so we can know what the good is. You know what I mean? That's so the world that we know. Think of saying we are legion, religion, hundreds of demons cast into swine. Right. We are legion. I mean, we are demons until we owls live in my trees. Yes, I've got owls in my trees too. The church is only for the followers, and it's not for the leaders. Did I give you a wrench? I'd have to go here. I'd have to go to my live stream. I'm going to turn this down. You guys are probably going to hear it, but here, let me see who's not wrenched up. I'll wrench you up. Sorry, I didn't... Is there anybody else I haven't wrenched up? Where's Xena or whatever? Reposting. All right. Oh, who gave you the wrench? Can you guys wrench other wrenchers? Huh? That was pretty funny. Who know owls live in trees? Okay, I'm going to get off the fractalized nature of our... Excuse me. How bad is this lagging? Is this lagging that bad, you guys? Who gave King Xenomorph? Did I? Cool. But yeah, the here I'm gonna go to my my somebody stole my pictures. What'd you guys do with my pictures? Here they are. Okay. Who stole my pictures? Go to screeny shoots. Look at this now. This Anchor Watt is just nuts. The intricate design in this thing is just crazy. Look at it. And they look like computer chips, but they're more than that. God gave me that wrench. Hey, what up? What up, 1111? 4 a.m. Holy cow. You know, owls do live in barns too. You're right about that. You're right. But these are just crazy. You know, these layouts of these places. Now, these layouts of these places, you know, here's a close-up look. I think that's Neek Peen or Anchor Thome. If no one has told you guys, I love how you do that, Mother Nature. You're awesome. Okay, you guys do understand what this is a picture of, right? Here, we'll go to this one. This is the picture of the galaxy. Duh, right? This is the picture of the galaxy. Now, this right here is the right-hand rule. Here's the vertical. And here's the right-hand rule. Look at what I just built me right here, you guys. Do you see it? Do you see it? Do you see it? Do you see it? Huh? Bang. I just came across that just now. Just while I was going to explain what this is. Now, this is what we are. We are the spirit, the dielectric, or the static electric in the that is the chaotic. But the Nazi symbol isn't originally the Nazi symbol. They hijack symbols, you know, the nefarious or the ones that are against the propagation of said ascension type materials are gonna steal and it's like them naming the ISIS group after Isis, the goddess, you know, and then it's just like everything else. 88 Lionsgate, yes, all of it. You know what I mean by that? So they do this just to hijack narrative or thought, or because they know. And I hate we're using the word they because they are us. And now, what kind of fool talks about everything is one and then uses the word they? Not me. So I'm trying to stop that because they are me and me are they. You know, the Nazis are us too, like it or not. And, you know, we all have I got into kind of an argument or a little tit for tat with my wife last night about this very subject because they were talking, my mom was in the car and she was talking about everything negative that's on the mainstream media, you know, and how some person did this and some person did that. And they ended up killing this realtor, kidnapped her and her husband, and over the chick cheating or it was a drug deal or something like that. But anyway, they said, well, why would they do that? And I said, you know, everybody has the ability to do that. Everybody does. You know, everybody has the devil within us. You know, the angel on one end, on one shoulder, and the devil on the other. You know, we all have that ability to do that, to make them choices. Now, that is exactly what free will is. There is no other extreme free will principle than good or evil and what you decide to do with it. Now, that in and of itself is the first graduation or the first step up the ladder to ascension or to liberation, is that choice in and of itself. Are you going to do good for your benefit, or are you going to do good for the whole? And I started this out as a selfish endeavor. And I'm not going to lie on that, because I had nobody. I had nobody to talk to. You know, I needed an outlet. I needed people that were on the same level or same. And this was when I was in the planet's gonna fall on our head stuff. What, isn't that your ka? What are you guys talking about? The ka is the dielectric, yes, or the ka is the magnetism. You know, because that's what the right hand rule is. The right hand rule is, you know, magnetism and dielectric combined. That's what electricity is the hybridization of the two. And yes, you seek and you shall find, right? Ascension to where? Above the recreation cycle, Daddy Madass. That's the answer. That's what the John 3:16, for God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, for he who shall believeth in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. The everlasting life is, yes, the everlasting life is the monad, the ineffable, the pleroma of creation. It's the cosmic gardeners we can become. We are the fallen angels of the Bible. We are the ones that have not ascended, the ones that are in the school of the great work, that should be performing the great work as we speak. That's the stuff I talk about, is the great work. You know, and that, oddly enough, that great work transmutes you into a meek, childlike, pure, innocent soul, when you understand that all is one and one is all. I can't say it any simpler than that. It's profound and complex in its entirety, to the when you see the chess board, you rise above it and observe the silver surface. When the student is ready, the teachers will come. Yeah, yes, or the lips of wisdom are closed, lest to the ears of understanding. Right? Yes. And the reincarnation paradigm may not even exist. I'm trained in past life regression, and I question it every time. I really think regression is tapping into it's reincarnation in a sense. I think you're right there in a sense. It has to do with more of a energetic type thing than a yes, monkey brain. And the meek shall inherit the earth, and the new heaven and the new earth. Yeah, the new heaven and the new earth is the new you, devoid of the ego, devoid of the self. Because we are born with an ego in the vessel of vanity, as a creature of wrath. So we're born into this self-preservation meat suit, so we can live long enough to experience the good, or to learn how to perform the goodwill, right? Yes, I'm a seeker. Teacher teaches what they seek. Yes, exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm doing. And I accuse myself of being blind and leading the blind, but I guess in a esoteric sense, that's not all bad, because unless you're preaching total nonsense and fear, there is no way that the truth will let you run amok. Because it comes down to the pyramid principle, the principle of five, the process of five. Because we take the information at the base of the pyramid, we take all information in, we discern it, we make comparisons with it, and all of a sudden that information, it starts to fit together as a story, and that story tends to, tends to lead to a single point of truth, as if you're standing on the primordial mound of creation, and you are the lightning rod to the electrical grid above. It's like that information we take in, it builds the truth. That truth ends up being one truth and one truth only, else all else would be false. Think about that. You cannot have two things that are true, otherwise neither one of them are. Plain and simple, deductive reasoning tells you that five is unification, which is love. Yes. Five can represent love. Yes. Well, there's 5 letters in the word love, isn't there not? But yes, the 5 is the yes. Well, that 0 point is that's the fractalization. Okay, now check this out. Right here is the apple core. This is where we are, guys. We are right here. And I think this is at like the 0 point or the null point or the singularity is this hole right here, the crossing, but it's the whole all in the same. It's the cross and the circle combining, in an esoteric sense or in a symbolic sense, right? That's a good one. You're just on a quote spree today, aren't you? That's nice. That's awesome. Yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today I was wise. So yes. That's the model of everything. Are you being funny or what? But that's everything. That's the cross and the circle. Yes, everything. Everything. If you really think about it. The 0 point is actually the place of the crossing, yes, and it's where the outer becomes the inner and the inner becomes the outer. That's what the cross on the 13th of this month was, in the with the planets, Yes, I thought you were. What, this whole apple core thing that I just showed you, that struck something in you. That is why we see everything as belts or ecliptic or discs or flat planes, because we are on the inside looking out. But 5 is, we take that base information in, which is the clay. We make bricks from that clay to build pyramids. The pyramids are the information that we've compared to each other, and it starts gaining proportion, or it starts going up at an angle to lesser and lesser things as fitting together. It's sort of like the etymology of words. You start looking in the etymology or the meanings or the root meanings or the roots of words, and you start seeing that they break down. It's like numbers, how you use numbers, and you use the single digit, how you don't have anything bigger than, that's the vortex math thing, the doubling of the circuit too, the bifurcation, all of it. Yes, exactly. Yes, the toroid is the key to the universe. That is the conjugate nature. The right hand rule is the same as the marriage between magnetism and dielectricity, because dielectricity is the right hand rule, or dielectricity is part of the conjugate nature of the right hand rule. Because you need the magnetism to embody the dielectricity to complete the hybridization of the energy or the Shakti. That's the Holy Trinity, and it's what is it? It's Prokriti. What is it, Aaron? You know what it is. Yeah, I'm always looking for purpose. And you can scoff at that all you want. You can say I'm wasting my time. But that right there in and of itself is how we differ in our paths. Because for me, I need to find out what it is all about. I need to know what the purpose is, and our purpose is to recreate the purpose in itself. It is to accomplish the mountain. We have to overcome the mountain of indifferent struggle and strife in our way to conquer and rise above it in the hero's journey of the tarot. I mean that in of everything. That in everything, that's why we find certain movies so riveting, because the hero's journey is told so perfectly. You know, yes, it's my purpose to find the purpose. I need to know, and that's what it's all about for me. And that's how what's brought me to where I believe. I truly think that we are on. Aaron. I feel like crying right now because Aaron said something to me 3 years ago when I was a couple years ago when I was yes. But remember, Aaron, you said to me, you said that uh, this channel is gonna be we're gonna find the truth here. And dude, it's so profound. It's incredible to me that and I feel like I want to share it with the world, but the world isn't listening. And whatever we can do to help anyone see, that it's more of an inward journey than an outward journey, but that outward journey is what brings you inward. And it's so crazy that the loop is in a metaphorical, in a conceptual, in an archetypical, in every layer imaginable is the loop of the loop, you know? Man is a mystery. It needs to be unraveled. And if you spend your whole life unraveling it, don't say that you wasted time. I am studying the mystery because I want to be a human being. That's beautiful. Yes. The twixt forces, the heaven and the earth, they don't have to listen, generally won't. They will notice, though. Right. And we've all been here, and the ones that are on the chug of chew, you know, I don't know what possessed me to say that, but the ones that are here on this, and I'm not saying here with me because it's amazing. I was scrolling through channels that I'd never even heard of before, and one thing led to another, and all of a sudden I was looking at this Orion thing again, and it's like the Orion thing is the it's the thing on the out that is most noticeable to us because it is in our image in the sky. And that in and of itself is just so incredible. But it goes further and further, and the deeper you dig, the more you see. And it comes right back to you and me. It comes back in me. I mean, we go right back into the very gap in which we create, to recreate that gap. That seals our fate. And I think that there's a lot of us here that are here and now that are listening to my yes, that's the whole lips of ears of or lips are wisdom. The lips of wisdom are closed, lest to the ears of understanding, right? Delaying the way. Hey, I figured out what my name means. My first name is Steve, and what is it? It's steppin', and my last name is Stone. You know, and need I say more? Orion is the mortar that is holding us together somehow. It's our home, I think. Yeah, in our physical sense of explanation, because I think the whole thing is our home. Yet there's some sort of deep. You look at the Orion constellation as a whole. It's an X. It's the conjugate nature of the universe. It's an X, an hourglass shape. It's the apple core. At the belt is where the singularity happens, at the tip of the pyramid. Yes, and that was my favorite band when I first started listening to music. I have heard the awakening will bring joy to many, but sorrow and anger to others. Yes, but I mean, I cry out of tears of joy, and not out of anger at all. I'm done getting angry. In my name, I hold both. Yes, you are the rod, man. You are Aaron's rod, dude. Yeah, you're the backbone, the spine of it all. But I mean, that's what our names are here. And that's where we need to pump our brakes and look at why am I even talking about my name? You know what I mean? Because that in and of itself is a self pimp myself type mentality or an egoistic thing to do, is it not? You know, anger and rage is so yesterday. It's not so yesterday. It's still right there everywhere. Yet I think that is the reason for it is to realize and understand it, just like everything else, to transmutate it. Red rock to the sun, nice. Step up on it, brother. Right, right. You know the and I've noticed that if you have, we still have to that we are individual as well as unified. That's the paradox of that's exactly what it is. Yes, but in the big scheme of things, in the unifying harvest of knowing that we're in right now, and you can say we're not in the harvest of knowing because we are the rishi in the process of it. And when we are one with the knowing, we are processed and harvested. And I don't mean that in a, and people, when you're listening to me and I talk like that, I'm always already under the inclination that we're born dead. We're dead men walking. You're dead already. So get the hell over it. We're going to die. So we're born dead. The second you fucking come out the womb, you're dead. The second you're even incumbent in coming out the world, you're dead. As soon as you come out that vesica, boom, you're dead. Before you even get in that vesica, boom, you're dead. But that is the reason. That is the reason for the school of understanding. Right? Max is leaving. We're going Maximilian. Now you see way it is important, the shape of the earth. Well, why is the shape of the earth important? It doesn't matter. We're here together. The shape of an earth. We could be in a pickle jar under a fake fridge light in some fridge in some far off place that don't even exist. Know thyself is yourself, not the earth. Once we know ourselves, then I'm sure the earth explains itself to you. Life is a death sentence. That is, I'm doing life. Right. We're doing life, aren't we? That's beautiful. I love that. Yes, and know thyself. Yes, know thyself is the most important thing, and not knowing the earth's shape isn't going to make or break us. Yes, we could be some kid's ant farm, right? For if you are that you are, then I am what I am, and we are same. Exactly. I am what I am. Wait. I am what I am. If you know what I mean, I'm not aware of too many things. Philosophy is a walk on the slippery rocks. Is that what it is? Religion, smile on a dog. I'm not aware of too many things. I know what I know if you know what I mean. According to the Vatican and Queen Elizabeth and the Black's Law Dictionary, you are dead moment your mother signed your birth certificate. Right. Shot me in the shallow waters. Yeah. Earth is earth shaped. Yeah, right. We need to know ourselves before we understand what is outside. Right. Infinite. Yep. That expels all creation and stuff. You cannot teach a man anything. You can only help him find. Yeah, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink, right? Now, the biggest clue to the layman or to the neophyte, and I'm not saying that in a obscure, diminutive way either. A neophyte is somebody that is a newbie, okay, or a greenhorn to esoteric knowledge. Now, you could you could you can tell the Earth is a woman, nice wide hips, right, or oblique, right, oblique in its right. But what was I talking about? This neophyte. That's the. I was going to say that you can use it as an example. What was I going to use it as? Oh, the pine cone in the Vatican. The pine cone in the Vatican in the central courtyard. There's a big statue of a pine cone in Rakatamata or architect or Travis pointed this out to me. That if you look at that statue and you kind of look at it in the far view caption or like in a thumbnail picture, it looks like a freaking transformer robot. He pointed it out to me, and that right there, that perception is the first hurdle to overcome in self realization or knowing thyself, because we all go through that blackening or the negative, no, figuring out everything around us is just a bunch of nonsense and diatribe, and everybody is pitted up against everybody, because division is actually divination. Because without the division there would be no polarity, and then there would be no law or order. And with the system, employ your time in improving yourself by other men's writings, so that you shall come easily by what others have labored hard for. Yes, we stand on the shoulders of giants. Yes. Yes, yes. And the moment you call yourself a hierophant or a master of masters or a Bruce Lee, is the moment your demise is going to happen, just like Bruce Lee's. No, Bruce Lee, I don't know what happened to him. What happened to him anyway? Did he die in a freak accident of some sort? What happened to him? But yeah, we do stand, if we use the knowledge beset before us, and it's not even, you don't even have to listen to me here, folks. Everything that I talk about, I knew not 4 years ago. Everything. I'm serious. And I've never read. I wasn't a reader. I am now, but I don't read that much. I don't have a ton of books. I have 3. Okay? I'm just saying. You ponder on a subject and it comes to you. And it finds you the information. I'm not kidding. You call me crazy all you want. But it finds you. Tesla said it. Other people have said it to me. The information finds you. It comes to you. It does. It finds you. Yes, exactly. That is the truth. The eye of one will not see as the other. For in things change in magnitude, and everything changes from one perspective to another, because that's why we are individual fractals of the one whole. It all comes back to you. It all comes to you. And I honestly 100% in my heart of hearts, and why do we say that, heart of hearts? We have a heart within our heart. I think we do. That heart within a heart comes from me. It goes to you. That heart from a heart is the heart that will see us through the center, the axis mundi, the center of all things, That is what is the footstool of creation, from which the four rivers flow. And that's our heart, our mind in equilibrium, the physical, the spiritual in combination, the astral, the mental, the physical in one. We all come together and join and have fun. I'm talking on the metaphysical, and that's how information is presented to us too. It's presented to us in myth, in metaphysical terms, and in physical terms. Like a linear physical story type manner, and it comes to us in an allegorical type manner, and it comes to us in a mythical type manner. And that's what the Bible is the mythical type thing. But it's not really a myth, is it? It comes to us in the allegorical terms too. The allegorical is actually... Jerry said we had two hearts. Jerry said we have two hearts, but he didn't say stay long enough to help us learn it. Yeah, he kept saying that to me too. We have one in our belly and we have one in our chest. And he was totally right about that, because our heart is what steers us. Gut instinct. Yep. Yes. Wow. Doubling code is 11235881321, so on and so forth, right? It's not the doubling code, it's the Fibonacci sequence, right? Some kind of golden ratio. The heart is a Mobius strip. Yes. Disintegral, what's up, Lee? How you doing, buddy? Glad you could join. I have stuff I've studied years ago that I didn't get. Now I read it, get it, I am ready for it. Yes. More neurons in the gut than both heart and brain is. Yes, and that's where the lotus flower out of the Brahman comes too, right? In Vishnu, correct? In all of the Indian relief. Vortex math, that's the doubling circuit. Yes, okay, I got you. And the 369 is the tensor, the vector controller, or the the 369 may be the dielectric, and the rest of it is the magnetism encompassing it, right? You don't by chance be waking up at 4:44, have you? Because I've been seeing 4:44 lately. 333 is always me, but heart, thymus, and pineal, when the mental and physical and mind meet the spiritual heart. Yeah, the alchemical wedding, the divine union. The will of man is done through the will of God is through the man in marriage with the heart and mind and God, right? The Holy Trinity. So have I been seeing today. 33444, yeah. Yes, 369 is the metaphysical or the dielectric, and the rest of the numbers are probably the magnitude, the magnetism. See, and then that word in itself, magnetism, magnitude, and then you go to men, and you go to the and what ME bases in etymology is measure. A man is a measure of all things, because that in which is in our minds is I don't want to, this whole quantum thing is a way to introduce entropy or misunderstanding into the system, because the system is aging, and as the system ages on all levels in the physical manifest, it's going to create entropy. And I think that is what the neutrino bombardment of Earth from the sun, or the galactic core, because I think that's what's going on, is Sagittarius A is pumping out a bunch of gamma and X-rays or whatever it is, and neutrino count is through the roof. And what's that doing to our ionosphere is You know, the neutrinos are stripping down certain, yes, C numbers. But you know, that's on that level, on that physical level, the entropy is that, and the entropy in a galactic or a cosmic is the expansion. You know, the disorder or the exponential increase in expansion, the outbreath, the entropy, and we're starting to get to the curve where the S curve or whatever, no pun intended, of where the in breath is going to take place. That singularity, back to the singularity. Yes, I think quantum is BS, and I think it's just more shit to throw on their show. You know, because the shit show isn't a complex thing at all. If you think of it, if you knew that the fucking fridge magnet on your fridge was the fucking key to the universe, how far do you think you would be now if you knew that as a kid? I'm 47 years old and realized it 2 years ago, right? A fucking magnet on my fridge could have told me that this is the key to the universe when I was a kid. I would have I would, I would have fucking flipped the hell out, and man, boom, I would have won. You know, consciousness changes things. Yes, I do agree with that too. And maybe that is what the whole Mandela thing's about. It's to show us it's a message from ourselves to show ourselves, meaning it's a message from me to tell me that there's more to me in the whole tree. You know, that's what I think the whole Mandela thing's about. Missed that plow ride, Scotty. Damn. What plow ride? Russian dolls are how they teach their children about the universe. Well, it is like that because it's like the live stream that I showed you guys. Should I go? I might as well do it again. Sorry, I just gotta do it. I don't know why. I don't know why, but perhaps you'll know. Hello. Hello. Is there anybody in there? Hello. Is there anybody in there? Hello. It's not a But do you see, as it goes on and increases, how that screeching occurs and how that screeching takes over? Have you noticed that? Here comes the poor connection too, because I did the live stream on the live stream thing. You know, the creation doesn't like being viewed within the creation and creating a creation within the creation, so that creation can be exposed by the creation that is creating the creation in the first place. Booyah! I didn't just tell you that now. Booyah! I just gave you the whole theory to everything. Peace out. Drop. Mic drop. Gone. You guys like that one? You guys like that one? Damn. Buffering. The universe is a Mandelbrot conscious. Thank you. I said the Orion Nebula looks like a Mandelbrot set. It looks like it. And that's... What's up, Winston? That is a lot of creating, right? Isn't it, though? Who's leaving? You, Danny? You out of here? That is the background radiation, yeah. See you later, Danny. Thank you. What up, Winston? Yeah, here, for Winston's sake, I'm going to show him. Here, wow, for Winston's sake, I'm going to show him. The creation. Here, for Winston's sake, I'm going to show him. The creation. Wow, for Winston's sake, I'm going to show him. The creation. That's freaking crazy. You got to admit, man, that's one observation I'm never going to let go. Turtles all the way down. Yeah. Well, you do know, Turtle, that the Hopi or the Mississippi River Mound Builders, or the Path of Souls, the ones that followed that doctrine, as far as the Indian population goes, that they believed that the turtle, which was Orion to them, Orion was the turtle, that was the center of the creation. Maybe about an hour for the interview. Yeah, sure. When do you want to do it? Thank you. That will be like bumping into yourself. Yeah, maybe that's the whole, what the hell was that? Back to the Future. You can't run into yourself, otherwise it'll freaking cause, you know, otherwise it'll cause a disruption in the base of creation. Because if you're viewing the creation, or no, if you're in the creation, creating a creation within that creation and viewing your creation and being self-aware of that creation while creating the creation might not like that. Whenever. We can do it at 11 if you want. 11 my time is 20 minutes from now. We can do it in 10 minutes. I don't care. It's up to you. Totally up to you. I got to fire up my computer and everything because right now I'm on my mobile. Or I could probably do it on my mobile. What do you want to do it on? McFly was going to bang his mom. He was. That's horrible, Winston. What the hell? He was going to bang his mom. He sure was, wasn't he? Well, he wasn't going to, but mom wanted to bang him. And you want to know something? Think about that. In the creation myths of Mesopotamia, of all religious, isn't that what comes about? Huh? No, the pineal is the pineal is the place in which creation is created. The light of creation is recreated. That's what makes us the completed tree, the upside down Christmas tree with the root exposed to the anointing oil, whatever. But you do understand what that whole narrative is about the incest thing, is that it's because the both are within us, the mother and the father, and in union. I'm talking the spirit of God, or the ineffable God, and the spirit, because everything else apart from God is female. Even me, I'm female when it comes to that last polarity. Yeah, 11:30 will work. Sure, that'll work. Sure thing. Bloodlines, and I'm not discounting anything about bloodlines and the RH factor and everything, but I feminine. Ooh, okay, but yeah, we are all female in the order of gender principle as far as soul and spirit, because we are spirit of the world. Spirit is a fleeting transient thing, or is it, what is it called, Shakti or whatever is the spirit, and soul is the I can't even remember now. I'm trying to think about 15 different things and talk about one, and I'm getting confused. Guess I'll see you at 11:30. And we can do it on Hangouts, and I can do it through my phone or on my computer. It doesn't matter. Atom, iron in the blood. Yes, and iron in the blood. What if the iron in our blood is actually the thing in which binds us to this plane and holds us in the frequency or vibration of the heavy metal iron. There has to be something there, but seems to me more to do with separation than anything else. The separation is divide. To divide is to be da 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 ba da ba da 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 ba da 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 ba ba da. You follow? Abada da da ba ba da ba ba da ba. What the fuck? To divide is to be divine, is what I was trying to say. But all that could come out was abba da da ba ba da da ba da ba. That is the polarization. You know what I mean? That is the polarization. I swear to God, Paula, just gotta ding in here every once in a while just to say, hey, I'm part of here. I'm still part of this. Here I am. You understood my abba dabba dabba? We be attracted to the earth until the poles flip when we might float. Right. I was thinking. That's funny shit. So yeah, the right hand rule in the galactic condition is the galactic plane, the disk, the accretion disk of the Milky Way is where all matter. I love you too, Paula. But yeah, the dielectric the dielectric plane is the accretion disk. You know, that's we are on the and get this. So we see everything from an apple core perspective. So we see everything as a flat. Now this is what gets people confused, and this is why ancients spoke of the plane, because the plane of inertia is the plane in which the physical matter, what was that? Pole flip is a 3 becoming a 9 and a 9 becoming a 3. I'd rather stick with 69 and 96. Right? Because that's the 9 and the 6 are upside down or opposing each other, or mirrored of each other. It's like the word live and evil, or devil and lived, as they're mirrors of each other. Just saying. But what was I talking about? I don't know. I'm just babbling on here. I should take a break and get something to eat. I haven't eaten. But maybe I should just. But 6 is center. 6 is center. What do you mean? I think every number has its is archetypical qualities, and its uh, yeah. Because I'm gonna go. Oh, that's a good one. 11. Earth ether. Yeah, and I love it when I see other people putting that A in front of the ether, because I cannot. Every time I see ether without the A, I see ether. I don't know why, but I do. Shiva and Shakti. Thank you. Thank you, Mother Nature. Yes, that's what I was talking about. Shiva and Shakti is the magnetism and the dielectric, and then we've got Ishwana or Ishwari, which is the father, the creator of both, and that's the whole Mary, Mother of God, um, Jesus, and God is the Trinity to us, or Isis, Osiris, and Horus, or what is it, Kingu, uh, what is it, Adepa, or Adepa? I can't remember. But yeah, it's just over and over and over. All of these stories are just versions of the other. You put your right arm in, you put your right arm out, you take your right arm in, and then you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey, and you turn yourself around. Ascensions, it's what it's all about. I put my ego in, I'll take my ego out. I'll put my ego in, and I'll kill that motherfucker. I'll get it gone now, but then I'd probably die because I won't have survival instincts. All right, peace out, guys. See you on Mother Nature's channel. I'm gonna chill, spill, have a pill, and recondensate my will and be forever and chill. Get her done. Much love, peace, chicken grease, y'all. Thank you for joining me, and you know what? Just love it forward. Be the love that you want to experience, I guess. I don't want to come up with these one-liners, but just be love, man. Just be love, love, love.